The air inside the banquet hall turned heavy the second the words left her mouth. "You're being detained for impersonating a federal officer," sneered Melissa, my older sister, her voice sharp enough to slice through the music and chatter. Conversations died mid-sentence. Faces swiveled toward me. Some guests gasped. Others leaned forward, eager for scandal. Melissa stood tall, her lips curled in a smirk, convinced she'd just destroyed me in front of everyone who mattered. She thought the badge hanging around my neck was just a shiny trinket I picked up from a novelty shop. She thought my silence made me weak. What she didn't know, what she never knew, was the truth about who I really was. Funny thing is, Melissa and I weren't always enemies. After our father passed away, I was only 17. She was 21, and she promised she'd protect me. Back then, I trusted her with everything. But money and power do strange things to people. When she married into a wealthy family, she didn't just distance herself. She reinvented herself. And in her new world, I wasn't her brother anymore. I was her rival, her scapegoat, her punching bag. Every time I succeeded, she twisted the story. Every time I advanced, she whispered poison to our relatives. "Ethan's reckless. He lies. He's not really in the service. He plays soldier to feel important." And because I stayed quiet, because I thought silence was dignity, people believed her. The truth. By the time she was spreading those lies, I had already earned my clearance, my training, my place among the real agents who risked their lives for this country. But her games didn't stop. When I overheard her coaching her husband, Daniel, to dig into my records, hoping to catch me in something illegal, that was the moment I let my loyalty to her die. So when she stood in that ballroom at our cousin's wedding reception, pointing at my badge and declaring to the world that I was a fraud, I didn't panic. I didn't even flinch. I had been preparing for this moment for months. She raised her voice louder, eyes darting toward the crowd. "Look at his badge. Fake. He's a liar." The DJ killed the music. Phones lifted, cameras flashing, people whispering. She thought she had the stage. She thought she had won. I let the silence hang until the weight of it crushed her smirk. Then, slowly, I pulled an envelope from my jacket and set it gently on the table between us. "Funny thing about fraud," I said evenly. "The one running it usually believes they're the smartest person in the room." Her confident grin faltered. I tapped the envelope. "That's just the first 50 pages. The rest is already with federal investigators." Her eyes flickered. She didn't touch the papers because she knew. She knew if she opened them, everyone would see the truth. That she and Daniel weren't just gossiping about me. They had been running a full-scale laundering scheme, skimming money through fake charities and siphoning funds into offshore accounts. For years. I had the bank trails, the recordings, the signed witnesses. Everything. She hissed. "Lies. All lies." But her voice cracked. And the whispers around the room had shifted. People weren't doubting me anymore. They were doubting her. Minutes later, the sound of tires outside broke the tension. 3 unmarked black cars pulled up. 2 agents in dark suits strode into the hall, their expressions flat, professional. They didn't even glance at me. They went straight for Melissa. Her smirk shattered into panic. "This is a mistake. He set me up." "I'm not." But the cuffs snapped cold around her wrists before she could finish. Daniel tried to slip away, but another agent stopped him in his tracks. The entire hall fell into stunned silence. Judges, reporters, extended family. All frozen, watching as the self-proclaimed queen of the family was led out like a criminal. I didn't smile. I didn't gloat. I just stood still, letting the truth speak louder than I ever could. Afterwards, some relatives approached me nervously. A few whispered apologies. Others just stared, ashamed for believing her lies all these years. But I didn't need their validation. Because in that moment, Melissa finally learned what I had known all along. That badge wasn't a toy. My silence wasn't weakness. And the brother she mocked as a fake was the very man who brought her empire crashing down. Now, the only sound left echoing in her memory is the click of the cuffs, and the quiet smirk on my face.